AI inside Salesforce is no longer optional. It's becoming table stakes. Companies want professionals who can design trusted, goal-driven AI agents that automate work, assist users, and stay aligned with business rules. That's exactly what the Agentforce Specialist certification from Salesforce proves. In this session, we'll walk through actual exam-like practice questions so you can think like the exam and pass it faster. Let's dive in. Question number 1. Universal Containers operates in a regulated industry and has deployed an Agentforce customer service agent handling thousands of interactions per week. The operations team notices that a significant number of conversations are resulting in unexpected escalations, but cannot identify which agent subagents, formerly known as topics, or actions are consistently underperforming or misconfigured. Which Agentforce feature allows the team to cluster interaction patterns, identify performance gaps across sessions, and apply quality scoring to pinpoint where the agent's configuration needs improvement? A. Agentforce optimization. B. Agentforce health monitoring. C. Agentforce session tracing. D. All above Agentforce. Correct answer. A. Agentforce optimization. Explanation. The correct answer is C because understanding algorithmic methodology is primarily a design, development, and model evaluation activity rather than part of a deactivation or sunset risk strategy. A deactivating risk strategy focuses on safely retiring or discontinuing an AI system, ensuring that operational, legal, and business risks are properly managed. This includes evaluating regulatory requirements such as data retention and deletion obligations, assessing business continuity and financial implications, and understanding dependencies with upstream and downstream systems to avoid disruption. These steps ensure a controlled and compliant system shutdown. In contrast, analyzing algorithmic methodology is relevant during system development, validation, and explainability efforts, not during the decommissioning phase of the AI lifecycle. Question number 2. Universal Containers is building an Agentforce service agent to handle order cancellations. The Agentforce specialist needs to ensure that a critical check cancellation eligibility action is executed deterministically on every relevant turn, without relying on the reasoning engine's discretion to choose the tool. During a code review, a junior developer asks why the Agentforce specialist called the action using the run at actions name command instead of simply listing the action under the reasoning to actions block. What must the Agentforce specialist explain regarding the difference between these two invocation methods? A. Both patterns execute the action on every turn automatically. The difference is purely syntactic, as the run command is simply the newer notation for agent script. B. The run command is only valid when nested inside reasoning actions blocks to pass parameters. The Agentforce specialist must list it under reasoning actions for the large language model LLM to access it. C. Listing an action under reasoning actions makes it a subjective tool that the large language model LLM decides whether to call. Calling it with the run command forces guaranteed execution every time. D. None. Correct answer. C. Listing an action under reasoning actions makes it a subjective tool that the large language model LLM decides whether to call. Calling it with the run command forces guaranteed execution every time. Incident management system. Explanation. The correct answer is C. In agent script, listing a tool in the reasoning actions block exposes it to the reasoning engine as a callable tool. Salesforce documentation states that tools in reasoning actions are executable functions. The LLM can choose to call based on the tool description and current context. That is not deterministic enough for a mandatory eligibility check. By contrast, Salesforce's agent script action reference states that to ensure an action runs every time a subagent runs, the specialist should use run at actions in the reasoning block. Therefore, run is the correct mechanism for guaranteed execution, while reasoning actions provides LLM selectable tool availability. Question number 3. Universal Containers UC uses an agent to handle customer service inquiries. UC recently partnered with an external logistics provider that operates its own distinct autonomous AI agent. When a customer requests a complex international shipping reroute, the UC agent needs to securely communicate, negotiate routing terms, and delegate the execution of the reroute directly to the logistics provider's AI agent. Which open standard multi-agent protocol is specifically designed to facilitate this autonomous task delegation and negotiation between independent AI agents? A. Agent-to-agent A2A protocol. B. Model Context Protocol MCP. C. Open API Specification OAS. D. None. Correct answer. A. Agent-to-agent A2A protocol explanation. The correct answer is A. Agent-to-agent A2A protocol is the correct open standard when independent AI agents need to discover each other, communicate securely, exchange structured information, and delegate work across platforms. In this scenario, UC's agent is not merely retrieving data from an external system. It must communicate with another autonomous logistics agent and delegate execution of a shipping reroute. MCP is used to expose external tools, data, and context to agents, but it is not the primary protocol for agent-to-agent negotiation. OpenAPI describes REST APIs and is useful for traditional service integration, but it does not provide an agent collaboration protocol. Salesforce describes A2A as an open standard for secure communication, task delegation, and collaboration between agents from different platforms. Question number 4. Universal Containers has successfully chunked and vectorized its unstructured meeting notes into a Data 360 search index. An Agentforce Specialist needs to connect this data to a prompt template to dynamically refine search criteria and retrieve the most relevant information. How should the specialist achieve this? A. Create a flex template referencing a data lake object DLO. B. Create a flex template referencing a retriever in the prompt template. C. Create a flex template referencing the data model object DMO. D. None. Correct answer B. Create a flex template referencing a retriever in the prompt template. Explanation. The correct answer is B. Once unstructured content has been chunked, vectorized, and indexed in Data 360, the prompt template should use a retriever to search that indexed content and return the most relevant passages for grounding. A data lake object or data model object is part of the data architecture, but the prompt template does not directly use those objects as the retrieval mechanism for RAG. Salesforce documentation states that retrievers are used in prompt templates to search index data, 360 knowledge, and return relevant information. Salesforce Trailhead also explains that the prompt template invokes the retriever, vectorizes the query, retrieves matching index content, and inserts that retrieved information into the prompt before it is sent to the LLM. Question number 5. An Agentforce Specialist is evaluating an agent conversation. What is the reason why intents and session metrics within observability are important to consider? A. To evaluate the agent's overall performance. B. To evaluate why the agent was unable to answer a user's question. C. To evaluate the deflection rate of the agent. D. None. Correct answer A. To evaluate the agent's overall performance. Explanation. The correct answer is A. Intents and session metrics in Agentforce observability are broad operational indicators used to evaluate overall agent performance. They help specialists understand how often the agent is used, what users are trying to accomplish, how sessions progress, and whether the agent is producing effective outcomes. Option B is too narrow because diagnosing why a specific question was not answered requires deeper session tracing or inspection, not just high-level intent and session metrics. Option C is also too narrow because deflection rate is only one business outcome, while observability metrics cover broader performance, behavior, and effectiveness. Salesforce describes Agentforce observability as a way to analyze usage, effectiveness, feedback, and performance across deployed agents. AI-powered agents are becoming a core Salesforce skill. Professionals who understand Agentforce are moving into AI solution architect roles, advanced admin and consultant positions, innovation and automation leadership tracks. Passing the Salesforce Certified Agentforce Specialist exam proves you're ready for that future. Don't learn this by guessing on exam day. Use CertBoosters practice questions to learn agent design, governance, and real-world decision-making. Start practicing now and position yourself where Salesforce AI is headed next.